All right, so I'm trying to make a plate so that I can convert this wiper system from the Gbody to a more modern wiper motor. So basically I cut a piece of cardboard out, fit it in there, and I punched the holes or marked the holes for the three bolts that hold the old wiper motor in there. And from this template, from this cardboard, I'm going to see if I could refresh my CAD skills from decades ago and create a CAD version and see where it goes from there. So this is a wiper motor from a 2010 Camaro. It's got these three mounting holes here. This arm is from a Gbody that I cut and modified to fit on here, right? But right now my main concern is creating the adapter plate, right? So from the cardboard, came up with this. I already cut it out, but I made it in a free version of Autodesk Fusion 360. So I made this here with the holes based on the measurements from this, right? From this. So I made a hole in the middle. This hole in the middle is 1.5 inches. And from the center of this hole, it's, well actually, the diameter of this bolt circle is, I'm gonna have to probably put that on the screen or something. I don't remember exactly what it is, but you could do that in Fusion and get the holes perfect. The same diameter around the circle, the bolt circle. And then I'm just gonna have to figure out, you know, I'm doing everything step by step just to make sure I don't screw up. All right. So the next step is that I've cut out a piece of aluminum off of based on my my paper template there. So this is the aluminum. I cut it out. I'm gonna punch the holes or use the punch to put the holes for the drilling. First thing I'm gonna do is this, the motor, right? Drill this hole with the hole saw, 1.5 inch hole saw. Drill this out, then I'll drill these, right? And then I'm gonna have to do some other steps. So let me just go ahead and drill this center hole and then get these marked. And next step. All right, so I put the three holes, punch, and I use those holes to make a triangle, and I find the center of the triangle. So that center is going to be the center point for my to drill the hole, the 1.5 inch hole where the wiper motor arm is going to be coming through. So my next step would be to drill 1.5 inches right here. Okay, so drilling the center hole. Okay, I think I didn't lock down my the table. So when you're making a video, you gotta remember all these extra steps. Lock down the table. through. Okay, so I got that all situated. Center hole is done. I have the holes punched for the wiper motor, and now I just gotta drill these 3. I'm not gonna videotape drilling those. Let me just go ahead and do that. All right, here it is. I got the 3 holes drilled. They line up pretty good with that motor. Now, what I gotta do is I have to countersink these holes because I want to have, you know, my screws flush, right? So, gotta countersink these, all 3, and attach this, and then see how it fits on the vehicle. I don't have to. I'm not gonna be filming the countersinking process. Okay, so that's basically the process. Getting a countersound hole, that's one. So I wasn't gonna film it. Alright, drill, and then test. Make sure it's flush, right? Flush. And then I'm gonna do that for the next one. And then I'll test it on the motor to make sure the motor is fitting good. Here we are. We have the motor from the 2010 Camaro mounted on a plate. I did the arm before. I was fidgeting around and I figured out, you know, I cut and spliced and welded, tack welded. So now we got the plate on the motor, right? So the only thing I need to do at this point is I need to figure out the mounting holes so that this here could live right there, could sit right there, right on that plate, solid. Right, so I'm just gonna mark the 3 holes from the other side on straight onto here, punch, drill, and bolt them down. That's the next step. All right, so let's see here if I could focus. Am I not focusing? Okay, good. Yeah. So now I have the holes. These are the mounting holes. That's going to mount this plate with the motor to the body of the car, the Gbody. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these out. And mount. And then after it's fitting properly, I'll go ahead and smooth up these edges and whatnot. Right, so the next step would be to drill these holes. I'm gonna have to take the plate off and whatnot. I just wanted to make sure this fit, and then I figure out the mounting positions. I'm gonna drill them out, put everything back together, and cinch it down to the actual body. Next step.